Ever see some crazy while driving and wish you had it on camera? I know we've all seen those TikToks and Facebook Reels and you're like, man, I've had some of those moments. Dashcams are pretty advanced now, offering parking surveillance, accident detection, and in this case, a 360-degree view. 70mi contacted me to review their brand new 4K Omni with some pretty interesting and unique features. There's only one question left to ask. Is this good or bad tech? I make weekly videos helping consumers like you break through the bloated tech market and find products that actually work. If you enjoyed this video, the best way to help me out is by hitting the subscribe button right down below. 70mi's 4K Omni is a 360-degree dash cam with a back camera extension, showcasing a vivid 4K resolution with 60 FPS and a 1080p rear view camera equipped with dual HDR. Plus, it also comes equipped with 70mi's Night Owl night vision technology, which we'll be testing a little bit later. One major addition to the 4K Omni is the Starvis 2 image sensor. This allows for clearer images in infrared light environments. Setting up the Omni was not a difficult task. In the box, you get the front 360-degree camera, the 1080p rear view camera, power cords, 128GB micro SD card, and the car power adapter. You can also get a hardwire kit, which you will need for some of the more advanced features, including parking surveillance. They also send me this little CPL lens filter, which just goes right over top of the front camera. And it's supposed to both protect the lens and help with the image quality. We're gonna try that out in a little bit. The included templates make it really easy to stick both the front and back cameras directly on your windshield. I actually had to remove my previous 70mi dash cam in order to set this one up. And I can say without a doubt, it does not leave any residue behind when you finally need to take it off. I would say the most annoying part of the setup is having to run the back cord all the way to the rear view camera. But luckily they give you this little plastic tool and you can run it right inside your car's ceiling. It's not super difficult, it's just a little tedious and takes some time. Once you have it all done, plug in the cords, download the 70mi app, follow the instructions, and that's pretty much it. I can definitely say that your average Joe Blow can definitely set this thing up without any issues. Connecting to change settings and check your footage through the app is done through a hotspot connection between your phone and the Omni system. This is where I've run into my biggest annoyance with this dash cam. If you're somebody that uses CarPlay, then you know CarPlay connects through basically a Wi-Fi hotspot on your phone. And that means you can't have two at the same time. So I have to fully go into my settings, disconnect my CarPlay, and then connect to the Omni hotspot in order to access the app. This isn't great and kind of time consuming. I really wish they'd have a better solution for this. Okay, I guess they do kind of have one, and that is this thing is 4G compatible. Not only does that give you more advanced features like being able to check live feeds from your car all the time, but it allows you to access the app and your footage anywhere, whether you're in your car or you're in bed sleeping. All well and good if you spend the extra money for that, or you live in a country it's actually offered in. For me, living in Canada, I can't get it here, which means I miss out on a lot of really great features. I mean, what better way to test it than going for an actual drive? And that's what we're gonna do today. In fact, I strapped down my DSLR camera, so wish me luck this doesn't go bad. So obviously this is a 360-degree camera, which I love. And yes, you can control how it moves through the app. That's one of the ways to do it. But there's actually an easier way to do it. They've added in voice control prompts, which actually work pretty good. So basically they have a list of keywords that will trigger an action on the camera. So for instance, if you're driving and maybe you're an Uber driver, or you're just driving around and you see something cool, you want to vlog on the side of the road, well, I can say capture left and the camera will rotate left. Or I can say capture right and the camera will capture right. Or I can say capture inside. And yeah, now the camera is basically facing me. I find this feature extra useful if, again, you're an Uber driver or something like that. One thing I immediately loved about this as well is the loop recording. So this actually records the full time I'm driving, so it never misses anything. But that can obviously be a bit of a problem because 4K footage uses up a lot of space. Now, on their previous model, I believe the cap micro SD you could have loaded inside was 128 gigabytes. On this one, 512. You can put up to a 512 micro SD card inside of it. And yeah, that gives you a lot of room for footage. Not only does it give you room, but it is constantly looping over itself, which means you'll get a few days, a few weeks, depending on how much it's recording, of footage before that old footage. So it gives you ample time to go and download any videos that you want to save for later. Camera reset. I mean, pretty good. Okay, so I know everybody always says, my city has the worst drivers, but I swear it's true, because only in my city would I be able to do a dash cam video, test it for a week, and have a really bad near-miss accident. So I'm gonna put on this quick 30-second clip, which I'm very thankful my dash cam was able to record, and you guys judge for yourself in the comments. Did I have any fault in this? Yes, that was me driving perfectly straight in my lane while some guy tries to cut through 2 lanes of traffic, forces me onto a curb, and nearly totals both our vehicles. And yes, that's also me losing my mind on him after. I may have said some colorful words I'm not going to repeat on YouTube. But part of me was pretty stoked that I do get to show you guys this real life example. Having a dash cam takes away the doubts when you go to your insurance and say, hey, this is what happened, and maybe the guy in his passenger seat decides to lie and say something different. And the great part about this one is it will start emergency recording that records both the front and the back facing camera during these potential collision moments, or if there is a collision. In a world of bad drivers, you definitely want to give yourself a little extra protection. Now, as for the video quality, this is a 4K 60 FPS camera, and it is as clear as advertised. The dual HDR and 4K footage shows off great details and colors in all sorts of different environments. I had the chance to try this out in snowy weather and dark weather and perfectly light weather, and it looks great in all of it. And even in that near miss I almost had, I was still able to stop it at a specific frame, zoom in, and easily capture the license plate. I think the biggest downside, which I don't know why it's not equipped with, is the fact that you can't lower the resolution. And here's why I find that a tiny problem. Not a big one, but a tiny one. 4K footage uses up a ton of space. And yes, this does over-record over old footage, but you only get 2 to 4 hours of footage depending on the compression method. Where if you were able to downgrade the resolution to 1080p, you'd be getting close to 16 to 20 hours of footage with the same 128 gigabytes. That is a massive difference, and I would have liked to seen that ability available inside of the settings menu. I also had to check out the night vision, so I went on a backcountry road late at night to see what it looks like in both low light and super dark light. This is equipped with 70 miles Lumi Vision technology, night vision, and man, it works well. In those low light and super dark environments, you get a true color night vision. And this is honestly super useful, both when you're driving in, yes, those super dark back roads, but also if you're going in a parkade that maybe has very low lighting. And those are the kind of features that become very useful if you have the 4G and parking hardwire kit. Yes, I mentioned earlier in Canada, we can't get that 4G hardwire kit. It's essentially useless. But if you live in the United States, this is a feature that really sets this camera apart. That 4G hardwire kit that you can add on equips the camera with a ton of extra new features. Utilizing their AI motion detection 2.0, it will automatically push notifications to your phone if somebody hits your car, or it gets something thrown at it, or somebody's trying to break in. It will actually track and follow them and send that recording directly to your phone for you to have. So for my brand new Jeep Grand Cherokee, through their app, they have the ability to track your vehicle. So if it ever gets stolen, or say you need to find it in a really big parking lot, well, with that 4G kit, you're able to track your vehicle directly on your phone, and they'll even have a detailed map of how to get to your vehicle. Also, live streaming. At any point, you can access your camera anywhere in the world and watch live feed and actually move the camera around to make sure everything is fine. The last one is one of my favorites. As somebody that lives in Canada, and yes, we still have frigid, cold weather In March, monitoring your battery's health to make sure it doesn't die is pretty important. So the built-in battery voltage detector becomes pretty handy. It'll actually give you live status updates as your battery is draining to make sure the health is still good. So next time you start your vehicle up, you don't have to worry about getting it jumped. So let's talk price. This is a pretty unique camera with a lot of cool features. So it's got to have a price tag to go along with it. And in fact, it does to an extent. Right now, the 4K Omni comes in at $329.99. However, they do have a 10% coupon available through Amazon, and I will also put any other coupons down below in the description and comment section. This price can go up if you want to add the hardwire kit or the lens or any of these other small features. So here's the gist. If you're somebody that's going to get the 4G hardwire kit and you're going to utilize all these extra features, this camera's amazing. It's the ultimate parking / dash cam surveillance, no touch system that is constantly recording over itself. But if you just want a basic dash cam, you don't want to hardwire it, then this is definitely overpriced for probably what you need. So yeah, this thing is good tech. I mean, I had a ton of fun testing this thing out, and all these extra features just make it so useful in a lot of different situations. It was, of course, a bit of a bummer that I can't try all of these advanced features to give you a better review on those. So you'll kind of have to go to other reviews or just trust what the company's saying to make sure those parts of the camera work really well. Thank you guys for checking out this episode of Bad Tech. If you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button right down below. We'll be live next week with a brand new video. See you guys later.